Okay, so I believe that being a man is hard, right? And I also believe that being a woman is hard. Why do I say so? I'm saying this because most times what defines the difficulty of every situation is the circumstance surrounding that situation. So, or the context surrounding that situation. So, let's say a man now, based on the way that our world has made man to become, we the world, right? The social standards tell men that they can't speak up, they can't express themselves, right? So now, because of that, they have to. I don't know if I know that not every man is walking around with everything they have to say in their chest, right? Because I know men who speak up, and I love men who speak up actually. There are still certain men who go around with the word in their chest. They can't express themselves. Now, if we now look at it like that, being a man is hard in that context. But then, when we say just being a man is hard because of the things they have to face in life, because of a toxic boss, because they have responsibilities, because a long list of things, now it begins to feel like the woman is not supposed to have responsibilities. It begins to feel like women don't have toxic bosses, because the truth is context brings meaning to every statement that is sensitive. Let's say we're talking about a very sensitive topic like that, and we're like, this thing, women, girls like money. Nah, that's a very general statement, which is wrong. Because every human being, we all are chasing after one thing, purpose. However, there are certain people who place money above purpose. You can't now say because relationship, you can now say because there are certain people who place money above purpose, you are not saying women. No, it's a general thing. Human beings, we like money. We like money, and that's why you are trying to secure the bag and that. Right? So, what am I trying to say? I'm just trying to say that when on the other side of the door are responsibilities, the tragic things that will happen in life, when all of those things, it is not peeping through the door to see who is behind it. Is the person a man or is the person a woman? I'm looking at that side because there's a door there. Is the person a man or is the person a woman? No, it doesn't care about your gender. Life comes at you regardless of what gender you are in. Or else, if it was really hard, then there are certain things that would only happen to men, right? In quote, that will only happen to men. But then, are there not men who are dying? Are there not women who are dying? Are there not men who are depressed? Are there not women who are depressed? Are there not men committing suicide? Are there not women committing suicide? Are there not men being raped? Are there not women being raped? So you understand? So it's all about context. Now, when we now look at context and we talk about rape, I'm just using this as an example. The subject of rape is something I do not like talking about, especially when you are doing it with people who believe men cannot also be raped, because every human being can be raped as long as like nobody cares if it's not about your gender. Certain things don't happen because of gender. Certain things happen because it's life. But let me now throw a little bit of context to it. Based on ratio, are there more women or ladies being raped compared to men? Yes, but it doesn't mean men are not being raped. That's why context puts meaning to every sensitive issue. So when you're talking about a sensitive issue, when you're talking about issues that are that are large, it's very good to put a context to it. What do you mean? How do you mean? Do you understand? So don't just come and tell me being a man is hard. There are ladies who their mother died and they had to assume the role of their mother was probably a single mother, and then they had to assume the role of being both the mother and the father. Like, do you understand what I'm saying now? Like, I'm not saying being a man is not hard. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying as long as you're a human being, being a human being is hard. You would have responsibilities, you have sorrows, you have there's a particular part of that, like being a man is hard. I'm trying not to go into, and that's the part of let me say marriage. And I'm not going to go into it, because at least not right now, because I'm not married. Am I still going into it even if I'm not married? Duh. But do you understand what I'm saying? So I'm just saying that when we want to talk about very serious issues, please throw context to it. Throw context to it. In the season, I just said season, it's not a season. In the season of talking about context, we'll be throwing a little bit of context. I just called it context, but it's not context, to certain things that I and a couple of other set of people have to say about genders, men, women, especially when it has to do with relationship. When I say relationship, I don't just mean dating relationships. I mean just friendships, as long as you're relating with one person or the other. Like relating with, let me just put it like that, because relationship, don't think it's romantic. No, don't think it is just romantic. Yeah, as long as you're relating with either the same gender or opposite gender or anything. Let's throw a little bit of context to it. So that's what we'll be doing for a couple of weeks, I hope.